Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where every day is range day. My name is Chandler, and today we're going to be going over a little something different, maybe introducing a little bit of a DIY project to everybody who's quarantined like we are here in Kentucky. Now, as Mac mentioned in our previous video of the COVID-19 ammo shortage, you never know what's going to happen and what people are going to do to start getting a little on edge or what's going on around you. So it's always good to be prepared. So I wanted to bring up something today, and I know we all do it. How many of us have a nightstand or something next to our bed that looks something like what we got pictured here? You know, objects and, you know, a firearm there, something we usually carry on us, maybe what we have in our daily carry, headphones, spare magazine, flashlight, pocket knife, so on and so forth. Maybe you've got all sorts of objects all around your nightstand, and someone breaks in. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fumble through all your stuff, freaking out before finally reaching your firearm and going for it? Well, that's sort of what we wanna try to get around. With things going on right now, you never know what's gonna happen. So as opposed to a nightstand where all of your items and your firearm are just laying around in the same area, you can have a nightstand like this where they're all organized and easily accessible. So let's just organize our items here and how we're going to store them. And bring in our organizer. So this actually was a gift to me from my fiance for Christmas, and it is actually one of my favorite things. And even though it's extremely simple in its construction, it makes for organization and access unlike I've ever had before. And even in construction of something like this, how simple it is. I mean, you can make it as complex or as simple as you want. This one may be a little different or more luxurious as it was made already, but I mean, it's not much, you know? 3 pieces of wood and then with some scraps, making little platforms how you need it, customize it to how you want it, you know, little places for cords to go through if you have something like that. And then of course, front and center is where your firearm goes. I mean, to me, the faster and the more efficient you can get to your firearm in a situation like this, say you're sleeping, you know somebody's coming in, you hear them last second, you can grab it and go. I mean, you don't have to say, if you had all this stuff sitting there and, well, maybe you don't get a good purchase or something like that. This way, sitting there, good purchase every time, good grip as you go. But obviously, even if you have something like this, if you don't practice drawing from it, it's not gonna matter. So keep that in mind at the same time. But of course, this is just an idea. You can customize or do it yourself as you please. In this time where most of us are on quarantine around the United States. Maybe you've got some spare lumber sitting around. Maybe you want a project to do. And I mean, this is something simple and something going forward that you might be able to use. And again, especially in this time of the outbreak of COVID-19, we already know ammo and weapons are a little bit inflated. So if you're already prepared and everything's good, maybe you go spend some money on some cheap lumber and make you a nice little stand like this. And you have instant access, easy access every time. Anytime you can make a defensive situation in your own home more advantageous to yourself, I think that's a win. If you're looking to support the channel, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. Check out some of our recent videos on both COVID-19 and some recent reviews that we've done. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. We've got to get some good content out to you guys. One last thing. During the trying times in the nation and the COVID-19 pandemic, make sure you're being responsible, both health-wise, financial-wise. We want to make sure that we all make it through this and we're all doing our part and what we can. So if you still can and you're blessed enough to still be working, be supporting your local economies out there. Make sure everything stays good. I know some local businesses are suffering, so do your part if you can, and obviously help those who need it. Until next time, this is Chandler with Range Day, where every day is Range Day. Have a good one, guys.
The water wheel one is milled. So see how there's these rivets here?